Alright, what's up guys? This is Tom Burkhart from Car Revs Daily in the 2017 Toyota Land Cruiser. Oh my god, this car, such a living legend, in production continuously since 1951 and really proves itself on the road exceptionally well. Full-time 4x4 and absolutely shockingly strong powertrain, chassis, and grip setup. So this is going to be sort of the off-road test review portion. We're going to do some on-road stuff later, but just wanted to try to demonstrate some of the oh my god, this truck is so great. So even in 4 high with the diff unlocked, the center torsion diff unlocked, you really, the traction is just unbelievable in this truck. It just pulls like a freight train no matter what the surface. So 381 horsepower from the 5.7 liter V8 through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Gives us a 0 to 60 time of 6.8 seconds, which is fairly rapid for a 5,900 pound vehicle, and definitely feels quick in the car. This, you know, of course, surplus of capability is one of the big Land Cruiser USPs. I mean, it really, this truck, one of the things it does best in the world is that it has so much more. It's so strong. It's just so capable and so over-engineered for every task that that's, you know, that when you ask it for like day-to-day stuff, it barely even shrugs. So we got like a sand-based little road here, and nicely showcases how smooth the Land Cruiser rides even in extremely rough environments. I mean, even without air suspension, the Land Cruiser's front independent double wishbone and 4-link rear provide an extremely comfortable ride at all times, which is great, without any of the worries about reliability of an air suspension. So just astounding. And of course, over-engineering the capability extends to every single portion of this truck, including the 8,000 pound tow rating, which is absolutely, or 8,100 pounds for this vehicle, which is stunning, and as well as its approach departure angles are awesome. Breakover angles are awesome. I've never driven a car that is this good off-road, and also really just period, never driven one that's this good off-road, and this confidence inspiring, and excited to show you guys that. I'm usually like a pretty sort of like an off-road wimp in terms of being able to video and make an interesting off-road experience on that video. Of course, it's really hard to off-road from inside the cabin because you don't get a sense of the angles and pitch and yaw, which is a big part of the off-roading sensory experience. But luckily, we're gonna sort of play around back here in this little mud pit. These are like some big ridges here, down in South Carolina, and engage the 4-low system as well as the crawl control. But first things first, let's just engage the locking diff. So Land Cruiser has full-time 4x4 with a torsion center differential that will shift power front and rearward based on where the based on, you know, limiting slip in a mechanical way. There's nothing electronic about that. And then from this, so we're sort of in stage 2 from its full-time 4-wheel drive. Stage 2 now in locked 4x4 in this little mud hole. This thing is like an elephant ballerina. It's extremely agile, and extremely trustworthy in these off-road type scenarios. The agility is really thanks to, so this is like a huge, deep, rutted pit where like the pickup truck guys have been doing donuts around the tree. So I'll just go around the tree in 4 high. Obviously the pit is fun. But really, I mean, these are some big ridges. I would never take any other press car over stuff like this, except I just did it before recording and everything seemed good. Land Cruiser is simply just phenomenal. So this agility is really thanks to the awesome visibility you have, and then the turning radius. So turning radius of Land Cruiser is only like 39.7, which is really tight for a full-size SUV. I think some of its rivals are like 46, 48 for their turning radiuses. It never really gets old to be spinning all 4 wheels in a mud pit. It'll help me get the truck muddy for some photos. But so just awesome. This truck is fantastic. Even on this like extremely rutted mud, clay, dirt surface, it rides like a dream. It absolutely is so serene and comfortable. It's almost like it's unreal. So so pretty cool stuff there. You can see, like, if you can see out the windshield here, we got like, this is an enormous tree. I think the diameter is like 25 feet of this. Oh, sorry, we missed it. It's enormous trees down here right by the coast in South Carolina. So now I want to show you guys a part 2 of this little off-road driver review. So that is like how to engage some of these special knobs. Obviously, the Land Cruiser is very, very serious about its capability, and as it should be. So we're just gonna we put it in neutral first from drive, and then switch from 4 high to 4 low. At which point we see the 4 low indicator come on. If you do that in drive, it'll just beep at you and flash 4 low, and it has not engaged 4 low. You have to go into neutral to go in and out of 4 low. And once we have 4 low engaged, then you get the Kdss suspension action. So Kdss automatically disables, or sort of hydraulically unhooks the anti-roll bars which once they are unhooked, gives you like some of the industry best wheel articulation and wheel travel. So that ensures that you never break traction and you never get stuck. So obviously you can see once we have once we're in 4 low and at this very low speed, then we have, depending on the glare, you might be able to see this. We've got a yaw sensor here for lateral, as well as camera systems for the nose and sides of the body. And we can also see directionally where the wheels are pointed. So I'm in 4 low, and the truck is obviously, it just wants to keep going. You really have to give it some brake to keep yourself still in 4 low, because it's just that engaged. So next, we're gonna press this little on-off button that has like a truck going up the hill, and that is crawl control. So crawl control is activated and it has 5 speeds. So we're on the quickest speed right now, and they're all pretty slow, like as crawl control indicates. So it will mechanically and via the powertrain and brakes keep us at an extremely slow speed. So we're locked at like 2 miles an hour, and this is the fastest crawl control speed. But you can see I do have full lock on, and there's no interference there. I mean, I can still give it full lock, and the truck is just braking and slowing itself. That's what that, like, you know, that's what that sound is. But you can still use 4 lock, which lets you make the most of this truck's incredible agility, and really extends its usefulness off-road. I mean, because if you have a truck this big, and you've got some limitations versus narrower off-roaders, but then you usually have a huge turning radius to contend with as well. Whereas Land Cruiser is extremely tight in that regard, and just awesome. I mean, this truck is so great off the road. But so then the last sort of capability we have is the turn assist function, which once you are in 4 low, so crawl has been deactivated. So turn assist is not. So once you have crawl control activated, you can have turn assist on, and that will give you an extra level of steering lock that is otherwise unavailable. So we're just coming around here. Obviously, I mean, just this is like a deep little trench, and no issue for Land Cruiser whatsoever. But we can come out of crawl control at any time. So crawl has been deactivated. So now I'm still in 4 low, and I still have the center diff locked, but I can give it the goose. Like, so we could still, you know, you make the most of this big V8 power. Once you are in 4 low, it's just its default gear set is so low that it oops, sorry, I popped us out of drive there. The default gear set is so low that it does, you know, its natural coasting speed is significantly slower than it would be in 4 high. But you can see it'll still give us power. We're in 4 low, full throttle, and over that little ridge, and now back onto this smooth sort of sandy path. So I'm going to come back into 4 high. So it's beeping at me, so it wants to go into neutral. Okay, so we're back into 4 high with a little click from down below. And we're off. So Land Cruiser, I mean, that was like a fairly difficult off-road course, something that I would really would be reluctant taking many trucks over, but Land Cruiser just literally does it and barely blinks. So that speaks to the car's capability, you know, towing, hauling, doing any kind of crazy adventuring that you can think of. Alrighty, we're gonna do some off-road, or excuse me, some on-road driving reviews now. So check back for the next review to see some of that stuff. All right, this has been Tom Burkhardt in the 2017 Toyota Land Cruiser, available worldwide with a pretty steep sticker price in the USA at $84,000 and $85,000 including the remote start. Is it worth it? Does it feel like good value? It kind of does. I mean, for all that it can do and without even blinking, it's an extremely impressive machine, an event on the road and an event in your driveway. See you next time.